Hey guys, welcome to Reddit Brew. Today, I will be reading from the r/EntitledPeople subreddit, so let's jump into it. Entitled Mom's son puts his hand up my little sister's shirt. Entitled Mom proclaims, "He's just a kid." This story took place when I, 21-year-old male, was around 16. I have a younger stepsister, who I'll just refer to as my sister since we are close as blood siblings, was around 9 when this happened. She's 14 now. This happened while my mother and stepfather were visiting some distant relatives, and my sister and I, who I'll call Mel for the sake of simplicity, were staying with my grandpa during that time. So, school was over for the day, and I went to pick up Mel. Grandpa called and told me that he's not home because he was over helping a friend build something. I told him not to worry and asked if I could take Mel to the mall, and that we could meet up with him there later when he was done. He said sure, told me to have fun and be careful. So I took Mel there, and we had a lot of fun. We went to a bunch of places, gaming stores, toy shops, ice cream, and more. Eventually, Mel decided that she wanted to go play at the in-mall playground. I took her there, told her to have fun, and that if she needed me or anything, to just shout my name. I have a nickname everyone refers to me by, Cross. Still use it to this day. She nodded and went off to play with the other kids. I went over to a nearby bench and sat down and started playing on my phone. I made sure to constantly glance over at Mel to check on her. At one point, I was approached by someone. "Cross, is that you?" I turned over and it was one of my best friends from high school, Zoe. She sat next to me and asked how everything was going. I told her everything was good. I was just taking my sister out to the mall. We exchanged casual small talk for a while, until at one point, I heard an ear-piercing screech. "Cross!" I immediately turned to look and saw this kid, who looked like he was around 11 years old, with one of his arms around my sister and the other shoved up her shirt. I suppose that caused my overprotective brother mode to activate, because I rushed over there with Zoe and immediately wrestled my sister away from that little shit. He got pissed and tried to grab for my sister, but I swatted his hand away. Keep in mind, I did not hit this kid. I just motioned my hand for his to go away. This didn't sit well with the creepy kid, and he placed himself on the ground, like literally. He didn't fall over or anything. He quite literally sat and laid back on the ground and started kicking his legs up in the air, crying and screaming. Meanwhile, Zoe and I are trying to calm my sobbing sister. Well, it's as if the kid's scream was some sort of forbidden incantation, because his entitled mommy showed up looking like she was about to rip someone's face off. "Who the fuck made my baby cry?" "It was them, Mommy. They're taking my girlfriend away from me." She spun her head to look at me and then stomped over. "You! What the hell did you do to my kid?" "Great question. Let me get back to you on that. I really just wanted to comfort my sister. I couldn't be asked to deal with this crazy woman." "Don't ignore me, you little crap. You did something to my baby. What did you do?" I just rolled my eyes. Clearly, confrontation with this woman is inevitable. Saving my sister from your creep of a son, is that a crime? "He was just playing. What the hell is wrong with you?" Sexual harassment qualifies as playing? Sexual harassment? Don't exaggerate. He's just a kid. He wasn't sexually harassing anyone. He had his hand under my sister's shirt. What the fuck did you teach this kid? How dare you? Are you telling me how to parent my child? No, but I think someone should, since you clearly aren't very good at it. That sent her into a rage, in which she started shouting obscenities and other unintelligible nonsense. During this whole shit show, one of the adults in the play area must have called security because they arrived shortly after. "Okay, everyone just calm down. What happened here?" "Well, you see, this little crap hit my child and then swore at me. Then he tried to grab my butt." "Son, is this true?" "No, her son put his hand under my sister's shirt. I was just trying to protect her. I can vouch for that. He didn't lay a hand on her or her kid. Fucking little liars. Your parents must have done a shit job of raising you if you're gonna lie to a security guard. At least my parents didn't raise me to sexually harass people, is what I wish I said at the time. Ma'am, please calm down. Calm down? He tried to hit my child. He tried to grab my butt. Aren't you listening? I did not. There's plenty of witnesses around here. Ask someone, and I'm pretty sure their story wouldn't include me grabbing anyone's butt. Sure enough, the people who saw the ordeal confirmed my story. Okay, miss, everyone is saying that you initiated this whole situation, as well as your child doing something that qualifies as harassment. Do you have an explanation for that? Lies! They attacked me and my child. Then why is everyone here saying otherwise? Entitled Mom obviously couldn't come up with a good reason, so we just ignored her and went to comfort my sister again, who was still crying. EM was shouting that she wouldn't leave until she gets an apology. Around this time, my grandpa called and told us he's outside the entrance to the mall. I told him I was near the playground and to come immediately because something bad was going down. Keep in mind, my grandpa does not take any shit from anyone. He's a real tough dude and won't stand for anything unjust. Cross, what happened? Well, you see, this crazy, is this little shit your son? I'll have you know that he— Stop! You do not talk about my grandson that way. EM was quiet for the moment. My grandpa asked me what happened, and I brought him up to speed on the whole shebang. He was horrified to hear about what happened to his granddaughter. So, do you often let your kid feel up little girls? My kid did nothing of that sort. Can we all just calm down? Look, we can just look at the security cameras, which, admittedly, I should have done a long time ago. And if it shows that your son really did do that, you'll be asked to leave, as well as banned from this mall. My boy did nothing wrong. He sexually harassed a little girl. Oh, stop with this sexual harassment bullshit. He's a child. He doesn't know any better. And that's why it's your job to make sure he does know better. But it seems that you failed in that regard. That enticed more screaming, to which the security guard told her to be quiet and went to view the security tapes. When he checked them, lo and behold, my story is corroborated. This isn't fair. I demand an apology from these little shits. Okay, that's it. We've seen that your story is bogus. So either you leave, or we'll have the police escort you out and possibly even charge you. Entitled Mom stamped her feet, but left as she was told, as well as shouting that she'll never come back. After that whole ordeal, we left, dropped Zoe off on the way back, and went home. My grandpa said he was sorry for not showing up sooner. I told him it wasn't his fault. We then ordered pizza and watched a movie. My sister was a bit weary around boys after that, but she eventually got over it, and now it's just a funny memory we like to laugh at. That grandpa is a legend. He was so right with what he said about it being the parent's job to teach your child to know better than to do things like that. And at 11 years old, I'm sorry, but at 11 years old, you are plenty old enough to know better. 11 is not that young. I was babysitting other people's kids at 11 years old. As far as I'm concerned, that mother has failed thus far at raising her son properly, is all. And I don't even want to know how that woman's son will treat women when he's older. I really hope someone corrects his behavior along the way, because as long as his mom keeps making excuses for him, the worse it'll get, which is a really terrifying thing to think about. Please, for the love of God, somebody teach that kid some morals. But anyways, that is all from me today. I hope you enjoyed that Entitled People story. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I truly appreciate when you do, and I will see you in the next Reddit story. Bye!